The year 1951. Archie and Clara Trumm purchased Lewis Drug Store on the corner of 6th and Broadway in Alexandria. That event marked the beginning of a long-standing family enterprise.
My experience with Trumm Drug goes way back. I can remember I was born and raised in Alexandria. I can remember going there just shortly after they opened, as a matter of fact. I deliver newspapers there. It's a memory for me knowing that Trumm Drug has been here a long time in this community.
Following the passing of Archie Trumm, sons Bill and Jack took over the business in 1963.
The pharmacy's just been part of the family ever since I can remember. I'd stop by the drugstore after school and wait for a ride home with my dad, or I'd stop in after piano practice and get $1 if I got from my Uncle Jack, if I got a star on my piano lesson that day.
And at that time we had a fountain, and of course for young kids that was a ball of fun because you could go up and pour yourself a soda.
Trumm Drug did provide me an opportunity to work, and my dad was a clean freak. So in 1970 my dad put me to work, doing all the things that kids do, taking out garbage, sweeping the parking lot,
Bringing up stuff out of the basement and those types of things, so it was kind of a stock boy.
The growth of business led to the construction of a new store at the present location of 6th and Fillmore Street in 1969. It also led to a third generation of Trumms joining the business with Bill and Susie's sons, Mark and Paul, in 1980 and 81, followed by Jack and Jenny's son, Greg, in 1989.
So I came and worked for the Trumm Drug business right out of college as soon as I became a registered pharmacist. I came and started working for my dad and my uncle.
Both my grandfathers were pharmacists, and then of course my brother and my cousin are. My dad was, one other cousin was. The fun thing about a family business is that it's like amazing that so many different personalities can get together and get along, and that's been very rewarding.
Continued growth led to further expansion with Trumm Drug 2 at 15th and Broadway in 1979, eventually moving to the new Alexandria Clinic in 1997. Trumm Drug has also expanded to serving the communities of Parker's Prairie, Elbow Lake, and Glenwood. All the while, the Trumm family and staff has kept their primary focus on their customers and community.
We moved here 9 years ago, and we started going right away. We started coming here. I do have quite a few prescriptions, and it's nice to know that I can walk down the hall, walk in the door, be greeted, and they're as happy to see me as I'm happy to see them.
What really makes me keep coming back to Trumm Drug is the service. I am a registered nurse, and I work for group home facilities here in the Alexandria area. And every 2 weeks they bring the refills to our group homes. They actually deliver them, and they're all set up in convenient blister packs so that we eliminate medication errors, which is important to me as a nurse, as well as to our people that we serve and to their families. And then I got onto their gift selection. The shopping is great, and they have great sales.
I found out that they go one step beyond, not only the family, but also the other staff there. A few years ago, I had a kidney transplant, which requires me to take some very highly specialized and very expensive medications, and multiple medications. So we approached Trumm and said, do you have an inventory of these expensive meds? And they said, at this point in time we don't, but we'll get them. And that is a commitment from them, because these are expensive meds that in order to keep an inventory is a cost to them. But no hesitation, they provided that. And that's a good example of what they've done throughout all these years.
The creation of Trumm Home Medical helped to fulfill another area of their customers' healthcare needs.
The home medical side is kind of the durable medical brace support side of our business.
When people have had surgery and they've had rehab, or maybe they have a disease that they're going to be dealing with or whatever, what we do is they come to us and we make sure that we give them the products that they need to make their life easier being at home.
We can only do so much with medications. Sometimes people need a wheelchair, a commode, they need to recuperate in their home. They need some of the other support that that business can offer.
When people come in, what we do is we want to show them the product, we want to make sure they're properly measured for it, how they use it, and we also try very hard to anything else that they may need. We make sure that we research and get everything that they need before they leave the store. If not, we can always order it and get things in for them as well.
In order to better serve their customers, the family and staff at Trumm Drug pay close attention to the continually changing healthcare industry. New services, such as medication therapy management, have been implemented to work with patients and other healthcare providers to achieve the safest, most effective, and affordable therapies possible.
The pharmacist's job is changing a lot now. Pills are not as much of the pharmacy world as they used to be, so pharmacists now are being trained to be more of a cognitive service versus a service of product.
Medication therapy management is when you take a look at a person's entire medication history and what their current regimen is, and you make sure that everything is working properly. I mean, what we're looking for in the pharmacy now and in the future is to making sure that the outcomes are met based on the medications they're taking.
So we'll look at everybody's prescriptions and over-the-counter medications and try to make sure that they are getting the best outcomes for that individual as far as interactions go, side effects. It's more of a comprehensive medication program.
The thing that gets me most excited to come every day is the customer. Every customer has their own set of needs, and it's never the same. So it's a challenge every day. You know, you wake up every morning, and it's exciting to go to work to be able to meet the customer needs.
And it's a kind of a personal touch that I think that we have here at Trumm, that if something has come up or where we have been in our lifetime or maybe acquainted with someone, that we can step beyond that box and try to help them further with any questions that they have.
I think we do something special for customers every day. Something pops up, if it's probably helping them get their stuff out to the car if they've got big packages, or if they have a walker, then we help them out to the car.
You have a lot of interaction with them, answering their questions or filling their prescriptions, helping them find over-the-counter products. You know, it's just a lot. Listening to them when they're not feeling real well and they want to just kind of complain, you're an ear for them too, and then they feel a little better because they had somebody to let off steam too. So.
Our employees are our biggest asset, and they're an asset to this community. They are what Trumm Drug is about. A family-run business cannot be successful if it's just Paul, Mark, and I. We depend on our staff to make many decisions, but also to take care of our customers.
And a lot of our employees have been long-term employees that have stayed with us, and we feel like they are part of our family.
I have been with Trumm Drug for about 28 years. They're always really nice, and they've never gotten mad at me ever.
You are more valued, I think, at an independent pharmacy. You're given more responsibilities and you're more appreciated for what you do. You're recognized more because you become like family.
Having a family now, it's important to work for a family because they understand.
From humble beginnings in 1951 to 5 locations today, the family and dedicated staff of Trumm Drug continue the tradition of caring and quality service that their customers have come to expect.
Always friendly, always concerned about the service they're giving and how they're providing that service, which is, to me, extremely important, especially in that business.
It is an asset to the community because it is a privately owned pharmacy.
We need to keep the small town businesses going so that we continue with our small town. If we go to all the corporate businesses, then pretty soon the corporations take over everything and we don't have that personal touch that we get here at Trumm Drug.
Our pharmacists are on call, and so if somebody needs something, they're always willing to come in. They go way over and above their call of duty, I think, because they really are concerned about the customer. It's just not a job to them. They really do care.
And they treat you like family. They help you like family. And I know that they're good people and they stand behind everything that they do and prescribe. And also, I think all the people that I work with here as well as at Trumm Drug, they are out there to help the community. whether it be for health or whether it be for any organization or whatever. It's a good corporation to work for, and I feel very thankful that I'm here, and I think everybody else does too.
The Trumm family thanks the entire community for their support and the opportunity to serve its residents now and in the future. Trumm Drug, serving Alexandria and the surrounding area for over 60 years.